Real quick, this candle. Heck. Let's see. Let's just taste this beer real quick. Cheers, bud.
Let me give you a little heady topper.
Little heady topper.
It's not heady topper. You beer shitlords wish. Or maybe heady topper's old news. Oh, heady topper is like so 2011.
Oh, hey, look, we can get that on camera. Real nice. Look at that.
Yeah, I got the nice like
frothy butthole myself.
I got a good old butthole as well.
Yeah, you do.
I do got a good old butthole.
Oh no.
That is a hell of a model
Yeah,
American.
this is that's what I was gonna say. Fuck you. Yeah, this is Live Oak's Liberation IPA.
Cool.
Standard American IPA. Because I heard those still exist. There's so many goddamn hazy IPAs now. People forget how just nice it is every once in a while to have just a normal one.
Absolutely. So welcome back, everybody. Episode 2, Season 1. Another episode of Look What I'm Wearing.
And there's beer in my face.
Yep. All over.
Always, usually.
Today, Keeley. So today, Keeley, 6-stage phaser. It doesn't look like, it's not super crazy on some of the other pedals we've had on this show. I do like this because it has a decent amount of knobs, but really there's not really much to it. It's kind of cool. When they say a 6-stage phaser, usually there's different phases that are like all different stages. So like you have like the phase 90 is kind of the most popular one. I can't remember how many stages that is, but usually.
What's a stage?
So a stage is kind of like
What's a stage? I mean, whatever.
Oh, dude, we have no idea what a stage is because COVID.
Oh.
The only stage we know is 5.
Damn!
Oh, is that too dark? This has gone to stage 6.
We've got the stage plaid.
So a phaser, it's kind of like you have, like with any modulation, pedals, any modulation whatsoever, you're kind of displacing the sound wave. You're basically putting another sound wave of the same piece of audio on top of itself, but you're displacing it just a little bit. So it creates this funky sound. It's like chorus is super close. It almost sounds like detuned. Flanger is kind of a weird thing where you're like slowing it down almost. So that kind of gives us more jet sound. Mm-hmm. Phaser, you're just moving the sound wave apart from each other. And I think the PilzNerdz, correct me if I'm wrong here. I've only done a little bit of research on phasers, so this will be good information for me and him. From what I understand, it's just how either wide the phase is or how many times it oscillates.
Mm-hmm. So it goes in and out of phase.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Hence the word phaser.
You'll kind of get this like really washy, swirly sound, but not like spinning speaker.
Yeah, that was that one we did early first season.
Oh, very second. Oh, the JHS.
JHS.
That was the Univibe.
That had that swirl.
That guy had that
super
swirl.
Swirly.
So yeah, that relates almost more to like a spinning speaker, where this is a little more even than that. This because the Univibe is kind of like this whoa, whoa, kind of sound. Right. It kind of comes around like as if like there's a microphone here. It's just one microphone you hear.
Yeah.
So that's kind of more the Univibe sound. This is gonna be very So this is going to be a little more even sounding. Cut real quick. Can you look up again, just real quick, what that
Operational transconductance amplifier.
That's what it is. Operational transconductance amplifiers. A lot of.
What is an OTA, Scott?
Okay, this is Keeley's OTA phaser. Operational? I'm sorry. So So this is Keeley's OTA phaser, which OTA stands for Operational Transconductance Amplifier. And so, yeah, that's a mouthful. Speaking of mouthful, God, that's a good beer. So what this essentially is,
I made the beer.
He made it. Yeah.
I made this batch.
So you can find in OTA phasers. It sounds like they're more rare than they are. There's a lot of OTA phasers out there. I believe the Phase 90 is one. Definitely the Badstone from Electro-Harmonix is one. And there's plenty out there. That's just to name like two. But the reason why this one's so significant is this is the first OTA phaser to have a tap tempo. It has a computer chip, I think a chip in there. It's got some other technology in there that essentially gives you tap tempo and a ramp like a Leslie speaker. Do you remember me talking about Leslie's a bit?
No, but I remember tap tempo from the JHS Univibe had that as well. You could adjust the tempo.
Absolutely, yeah. So on a Leslie speaker, which that's the company Leslie, it's what you probably see with a bunch of organs, a bunch of spinning speakers, or it's like this gigantic, probably about that big-ish speaker that has two tiny ones on top that spin one way, has two big ones on the bottom that spin the opposite direction. So with those, you have a pedal that you can ramp the speed or slow down the speed, but usually have kind of set speeds. So they have a slow, they have a fast, and you can ramp the two. And so that's really significant about this because you can do that. So I'm going to set it to tap tempo first. So there's edge, ramp, slow, and fast. This is a pedal that could possibly make you edge. Who knows?
Of glory.
Yeah, exactly. Just edge to greatness. Bring you to the edging of greatness.
Oh, man.
You have your slow speed, your fast speed, and this is how fast the ramp is. So this kind of gets negated when you have a tap tempo. So I'm going to move my beer here. We've heard a little bit of my clean tone. The famous Quilter Mini 101 and the closed back 1x12 cabinet. And a Squier Telecaster because
I don't care.
Anyway, so this is I would say this just a normal setting here. The slow is going to be your regular speed. So it's nice. Let's get a little fast.
Nice.
A little slow. I always pick this chord because you can really hear the nice overtones and it's sweeping through them. So yeah, I guess the state, to my understanding, like the stages of phaser are like how throaty it can kind of get. It's basically like the tonality, but there's a lot more specifics to that. But so speaking of the edge knob here, what it is it defines the presence and depth of the phaser. So how bright and vowely it can kind of get, and the depth of how wide the effect is. So I put it all the way down. Kind of a nice subtle effect. All the way up.
Yeah,
it's very vowely.
Like that.
Ow, wow, 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 wow,
wow. Jesus.
So we can get really weird with it. And so now I'm going to switch it to ramp. Kind of do more of a drastic effect. So the fast speed's pretty high. I'm going to set the slow speed pretty low. Obviously really slow. Then, oops, that's the on button. Sorry. So the tap here, so the tap and resonance. So the tap and ramp pedal, on this switch becomes the ramp switch. We hear it ramp up pretty fast. Maybe not. There we go. Oh, cool. So it's set pretty low. I forgot to mention this is a really slow ramp speed. Here, this will be more drastic.
Cool.
So you can set it really fast.
That'd be cool, like the last note of a song, kind of.
Totally. So it ramps really fast.
Yeah.
Of course, I love everything at midnight.
Best time of
It is, and it's just most natural sounding. But this pedal is super great for all the kind of psyche like funk. And also, weirdly enough, because the giddy up, country.
Yee fucking ha!
I've been wanting to do that whole demo for the entire time. I was like, I practiced that shit beforehand.
That was cool. That was cool.
So,
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
This is the Keeley 6-stage phaser. It's discontinued, but you were just reading a second ago they're going to come out with another one or a new one.
Sounds like they just did in October, past October. How old is this pedal? When did they think they came out with it?
Well, I watched the Pro Guitar Shop's demo, and that was before he got really high quality video. So
5 or 6 years?
Oh, no, I'm going to say probably about 10.
Okay.
Max about 10 years.
So would you say this is a decently popular phaser pedal?
Yeah, I would say decently popular and definitely like a sturdy workhorse of a pedal and like the most usable phaser I think you can find. I think this is like with phasers typically you find like the Phase 90 or like the Bad Stone, the Phase Tone from Maxon. They're all kind of just one or two knobs. And even like some of the other phasers I've it's like most phasers I find there's like one or two knobs or like 6 of them. This is like the really nice in between that it's kind of like no bullshit. You can do whatever you want with it.
I'm hearing there's, when you went back between the funk and the country, it's kind of like, in a sense, you get kind of the Univibe from JHS and the Funkatron or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the
Qtron.
Qtron.
Yeah, Qtron.
You get a little bit of that funkiness, like kind of a melding of the two, and you get this. It has aspects of both of those.
Oh, totally.
pedals. Just
tone notes on this guy. I'm gonna say smooth and silky, and kind of fluttery.
Yep. Creamy. Kind of has this just creamy, buttery. Like along the lines of that silkiness.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is kind of a flavor of like tossing like pecans in butter and then like putting some brown sugar on top at the very end of it.
I don't know. It can just do so much. It has like just a wide range of. Oh, sorry. There's a wide range of what it can do, what it can kind of sound like. It can sound clean when you want it to sound clean.
Mm-hmm.
You can hone on it when you want to, but also you don't have to.
Yeah,
it can kind of like sit in the background and just be nice.
It's a great like it's a great thing. Yeah, it's a great pedal to have in the background for those nice like really as you get like silky, psychedelic almost leads. But then it also, it does that very much prominent, like there's a freaking guitar in your face.
Yeah. Has a little bit of funk, a little bit of weirdness, otherworldliness.
Yep.
Extraterrestrialness to its sound.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else.
I think that's good.
It's green.
Yep. Hey man, look, it's green. It's got that green tone. All right, so I think that overview is done for the pedal. Ryan, what beer did you bring?
All right, keeping with the theme of keeping the beer. Beer is all about me today. I chose a beer that also, like this pedal, and with this beer, with one gulp, you also get a lot of depth, a lot of presence.
And a lot of edging.
Oh man, it definitely will make you edge as well, for sure. Many of you have had this. It's my favorite beer. Definitely was my gateway beer into craft beer. Without further ado, I give you... Ha!
Whoa.
Yep.
Cool.
Y'all knew that I would do this eventually. Surprised I didn't do it in the first season, but yeah. Y'all knew this was coming.
Exactly. And for those PilzNerdz out there that don't live in Texas, you can get their competitor. It's more widely available in the craft beer market, which is the Weinstefaner or Weinstefener.
Wheezy Steven.
Wheezy Steven. I like Wheezy Steven.
Wheezy Steven, HefeWeizen.
Oh man. Okay, first we're gonna clear the air, or we're just gonna make this clear here.
Give you a clue here.
Give you a clue here. You definitely want to. If there's any PilzNerdz, beer nerds out there that still say HefeWeizen, I'm gonna find you with the internet.
I'm gonna add you on Parlor if I still can.
JK, just come to your house and teach you how to say it right. It's HefeWeizen
Or
HefeWeizen.
HefeWeizen.
Yeah,
For Americans.
for Americans. Yeah, Americans.
So I guess let's not talk about this beer too much more.
But that being said, this beer, I mean, this pedal did take me a while to figure out what a good beer would be. It definitely the pedal phased me
There you go. It threw you for a loop, did it?
and edged me
Okay.
all at the same time.
All at once. Well, let's hope the beer does the same. So, Ryan, I think we're gonna do something.
We're gonna give this beer a proper Weizen glass hardcore pour.
Yeah. That was pretty good. Honky, funky, hardcore pour.
Funky. Honky fonk.
Honky fonk.
Honky
Honky fonk. I dig it.
Still good.
So when's the first time you had this beer?
When I was 19, Alamo Draft House.
The ripe
My
age
brother
of 19.
Snuck me a healthy quantity of it.
Still delivers. I
Yeah.
guess, we can just get right into tasting notes if that's okay with you.
Let's get right down and dirty.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like, there's a lot of presence and depth to this beer because there's so many more flavors to it, and that's what I love about this beer. It's my favorite Hefe.
Quite a melange of
And
flavors.
I think this was my favorite Hefe before you worked here.
Yep.
So, because it's just got the perfect amount of, like, banana, vanilla with, like, a hint of clove. It's like the
Yeah.
clove isn't smacking you in the face really hard.
It has all those flavors mainly, maybe a little citrus. That's all from the yeast side, but on the grain side, it just tastes like also a melange of random breakfast cereals.
Melange.
Melange.
Do you prefer mélange à toi?
Every time, 69% of the time, every time.
Yeah, this beer has been smelling. It brings back memories
Yeah,
and
it's
fond ones,
still-
not just memories at the toilet the next morning.
Yeah, this is luckily a good batch too. I think they're mostly all good batches, but there is variation between batches. On, sometimes you get banana bombs, clove bombs.
Yeah, it's spice bombs,
or bubble gum is also a common flavor.
Really, actually, I forgot about that one.
And that's the cool thing with people's palates. Doosan,
The head brewer at Live Oak.
head brewer at Live Oak, right? He mostly gets clove every time he drinks Hefe. He didn't
Even yours.
The guy that schedules this beer to be made all the time was like not getting much banana from it. Usually, I guess maybe ever. We had to talk about it. He's like, no, ours is like a clove bomb, and it's like, no, ours is more a banana bomb.
Yeah, it's funny, because you're right, just palates, because I'm getting nothing but like banana and mostly vanilla.
Yeah, very
For me.
vanilla-y banana bread.
Yeah.
Some batches the bubble gum is like super high. Just depends on the fermentation. All fermentations are different, and this ale yeast strain kind of will kick off all of these things, but in just differing degrees. And it just keeps it interesting. People like me that drink it
Yeah.
a lot and make it a lot. So
I tell you what, man, like this beer, I fell kind of out of love with it. I shouldn't say fell out of love. I fell out of like with it. And that's not because of anything bad. There's no bad flavors. I think I've had Hefes so much we would crush, in college, we would just crush Hefes all the time.
yeah.
and it was delicious. And I think I got so burnt out on it.
Before it was way before it was even in cans.
Oh, yeah, it was
you
only
only
on
get it on draft till 2015.
Exactly.
So.
And so this actually kind of reignited my love for the Hefeweizen. So like I'm like down to start like crushing these again because of this.
It's good to revisit the Hefe for sure every once in a while.
It's not a disc golfing beer.
As we've gotten, no, it's not a disc golfing beer. I mean, you can, but it's a great breakfast beer.
Yes.
That being said,
just put some cereal in this.
Or so a dash of orange juice is.
Freaking beer!
We don't frown upon it.
That is actually, you know what? That is the best beer mosa. Because I know
Hefe and orange juice is the best.
Because I hear people like they'll fucking like. Unfortunately, they'll get like a Coors, which is not bad. Like our,
No, but it's not much.
But they'll get like Miller Lite. They'll get like a Miller. They'll get like a Bud. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm making a beer mosa. And it's like, no, stop.
Ew, David.
Get like a wheat beer.
Get a wheat beer for sure. At least, even if it's Blue Moon, already miles better for orange juice. But this got all these other flavors going on. It just tastes great.
It is, it's amazing.
But without that, this beer just hits you with when you want to hone in like this pedal. That's why I picked this beer. Just like this pedal, you could hone in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Really, just like hear a bunch of cool stuff going on. But you could also not hone in on it.
Yeah.
You just kind of smooth and very, very palatable to the ear. This is a very palatable beer.
Absolutely, it really is. I mean,
very throatable, as the beerists would say.
It's very throatable. I completely agree. And the thing is about this beer, like it's not a funky beer, but it's got a certain level of funk to it.
Thank you for saying that.
It's not a funk, but it's got and that's what I love. This is not a funky pedal, but it can be.
It has like elements of funk to it.
Like that is all to me banana and vanilla right there. And then
creaminess, like the mouthfeel as well, the creaminess of the beer.
And now
the creaminess of the pedal for sure.
We got the cereal and the clove.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It has some spice. It just kind of has a lot going on. When you want it to have a lot going on, but
it's true.
If you just want to drink it and if you just want to listen to this, that's all. It also just goes down easy as well.
Like I could listen to a bunch of like early Merle Haggard and early Willie Nelson and a lot of Buck Owens at the White Horse, local badass club, honky tonk in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, we don't just have the Broken Spoke here.
Yeah, the White Horse is for the youngsters that still
the young whippersnappers.
That, by the way, whiskey on tap too, and good stuff too, like Basil Hayden and stuff. I digress, but like I could listen to some of that 70s style phasey country and crush Hefes, and then I could go to like a jazz-ish club where they're playing like funk, soul, and R&B, hear the same kind of effect, and rock with this, man.
In both places, if you're in Austin, high likelihood of finding Hefe at both those establishments.
Almost everywhere. Like you throw a freaking rock and you'll find a Hefe tap.
Yeah, and the beer would pair well with both of those types of music for sure.
Absolutely. So I don't know. I'm gonna let you rate. I'm gonna let you rate this one.
I mean, I'm biased for sure. Hefe in my heart is always a 10 out of a 10.
But Hefe and the Keeley 6-stage phaser, when you drink that beer and you hear,
I mean, I think it's a 9 or a 10 because just like I was saying, when people drink a good Hefeweizen, the beer nerds can hone in on it. Like, oh, it's got all this, and then to the untrained palate, they're like, whoa, this is different. This is like funky, but it's not funky.
Yeah.
But it's like funky-ish.
Yeah.
But once they get used to it, they're like, oh, this is just super, super easy going.
And you know what? I agree. Let's split the difference. Give it a 9.5.
9.5. Cool.
I would give it almost a 10, but I mean, I don't want to be that.
You don't want to boost my ego that much.
No, I don't. We already had another beer of yours tonight. Let's not make you this happy.
I still need to make this better, I guess.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Everything always needs improvement.
Always.
Watching the bubbles in my beer.
So, yes.
Good old sip to break the silence.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think we totally knocked it out of the park. Great job, buddy. I think this was
Yeah,
a great pairing.
I'm glad I didn't. Wasn't my first choice, but I gave it some more thought.
Well,
Just
cheers, man.
Just to basically an excuse to drink more Hefe.
Absolutely. Stay thirsty, stay pretentious. We have a Patreon. Subscribe to it. We'll post it in the link below. You'll get exclusive content. Check for one after this video. It'll be our first mini, so we're gonna do a little bit of another pairing, a little secret pairing for you guys. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with you in a week or so.
Stay silky.
Mm.
Stay creamy.
Hashtag Edge for life.
Always edging.
Cut.